an agency actually try to make you sign a contract without you having the time to read through it. So like you're sitting there to meet with them and they just shove it in your face, the contract, and they want you to sign it. Don't ever sign it, because every agency should have to give you time to read through the contract, to go through it, and also let them know if you have any questions and be able to respond to your questions, and they should not push you into it. Of course, it's understandable if they have set rules that they cannot change, and that's up to you whether you want to accept those or not, but they should be able to communicate and respond to every questions that you have. That's a minimum basic requirement, I think. Hi there, welcome to my first ever English video, where I'll be talking about modeling agencies, and the difference between commercial agencies. I have been wanting to do a video like this for like very long time, especially since some of my foreigner friends have asked me a couple of times what kind of agencies are there and stuff. But I really never had the courage to do a video about this. I kept on sending everybody a list on Instagram or Facebook, but I never really did a video about it, which I always wanted, because that would be easy if the information is out there and people can reach it or can have an access to it actually, which I wanted to, but I'm afraid of talking in front of camera, especially when there's like no one, and if somebody's asking me questions, I can answer for them. But just me sitting in front of camera and just talking, that's always been very difficult thing for me. So, but now I've decided to do it finally, and hopefully this video will be helpful to somebody. Even if it's only one person, then I will be happy. But let's get into it now. So let's start with model agencies. I put together 10 names because there's many more agencies, actually model agencies, but I think 10 is good enough for now. But if you want more for me to cover more agencies, then let me know, and I will be happy to share more agencies with you guys. And the top 10 model agencies, or at least the list that I put together now, in no way I am saying that these are the only model agencies, and these are the top model agencies. I'm just trying to share with you a couple of them so that you have an idea of where to start or where to search at the beginning. Okay, so unique model management, attractive model management, crisp model management, sparkling model management, WAM model management, Visage model management, icon model management, WAM model management, highlight model management, and face models. Those are the 10 that I wrote. Most of the agencies of 13 to 14 years old is the youngest when you can apply for a model agency, and the oldest most of the times, unless if you're already famous and they know you, and then they will of course take you in no matter how old you are. But if you're beginning as a beginning model, they will ask you, the oldest you can be is 20 to 21 years old. All of them that usually they don't want to, because I think they're all worried about the fact of, you know, how many years of work they're gonna put into you, and by the time you reach that, then probably you might want some other things, you know, or it will not be as successful as they want it. So that's why usually they take in a very young age kids, like girls or male or boys, and then they build them up, because it takes in quite a couple of years actually for modeling to really start to kicking in, because at the beginning you're just working for pictures and getting to know the people in the industry, going around every shows mostly for free so that they know you, and then afterwards they start discovering you, or they can when you have enough portfolio, that's when they send you out to other agencies as well, and that's when you have something, you know, to show, like, okay, here's my references and this is what I've done, and hopefully you can book a really good job. But the truth is that not everybody is that lucky. I have heard or have seen some of the people that I have worked with, they told me their stories, and some of them said that once they started it, right away they got a job and they were working with the biggest brands and everything, and they got really lucky. But I know also a lot of other models don't get lucky, and they start it and they get stuck in it and they keep on doing it, but they never really get that success that they would like, as many other models do. what are the things that you have and that you can offer them, because one way or another, this business is give and take. You give them something and you take something from them as well. You give them a body that they can work with and a face that they can work with, and they give you opportunities and exposure that you need. Another very, very important thing that I realized that not many people talk about modeling agencies is the fact of the contracts. It's really important to know what you're signing. No matter where you are in this life, you can't just sign everything. Just make sure that what you're signing is something that's good for you for the long term and for the short term, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to work as a hobby, the modeling, just make sure that it's not gonna stop you from doing other jobs. If you want to take it very seriously, then also make sure that it is there to help you grow and it's not gonna pull you back down. I have seen from many people contracts that they have received from agencies which are like which are there to, you don't have a freedom in those contracts. You literally don't have your freedom, and you are selling your soul and body to this, which is okay if you're gonna get something from it. Most of the people do it, okay, but there are also some unlucky people who after a while can't keep that contract. For example, there were times when it wasn't in the contract, like you have to be in this specific weight for a long time for when you signed the contract. For example, if you're like 16 years old little girl, your weights and measurements will be, of course, very small. If it was written in there like you have to be, I don't know, it's 90 and 60 and then for 75 or something like that, that you cannot change these measurements, because that's why the model agency chose you, or your measurements were perfect, so you can't change those. It's okay to say those things when was a 16 years old little girl or boy, but then you start getting puberty, you started growing up, and then your body will change definitely. And then some people, their body changes into ways that they cannot be slim anymore. They can't be that slim that the agencies wanted them to be. So now what? And then that agency will sue you for it, for you if you try to cancel that contract, they will sue you for you not keeping the measurements and stuff which is written in the contract. Well, when it was signed, when you were 16, 14 years old, of course you change. That's like stupid. So these are really simple, small things that you should be taking care of, and really making sure that everybody understands. If you're a very young person, obviously make the contract read with you by your parents. But if your parents are not that good with contracts, because there's like little tiny things that can be misunderstood, or you think, oh, it's not a big deal, but it would be a big deal in the future, make sure to take it to a lawyer, read it together with them, and then sign it. I don't want to talk too long in my videos, so I think I'm just gonna make another part 2 video where I talk about the commercial agencies as well, and the requirements also. If you guys want me to make one time a screen recording of how to apply for model agencies, of me going to the websites and seeing writing in the information that they need and so on, let me know and I'll be happy to do that as well. And in my next video, I'll be talking to you guys about the commercial agencies. See you in part 2. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.